Welcome to Redeeming Thunder. I'm here to give you a fabulous prophetic word. Oh my goodness. This is chapter 69, part 1, given to me on 2/1/2026. And something is happening in the atmosphere, okay? You have crossed the threshold. And this has a lot to do with the Ordained Spouse series, so please listen on, because someone that you have encountered has noticed you, but not just noticed you as with his eyes, acknowledging that you exist, but like his spirit noticed you. Something awoke in him, okay? And the Most High planned it. So he orchestrated this connection so that he would wake up. Hallelujah. Okay, so now this already occurred in your life. This is confirmation word. Okay, in April. Now I'm recording this prophetic word in June. In April, I hear, David, David. But I more so heard it in a whisper. So it sounded like, David, David. Okay? And there was a real life occurrence, okay, that combines with this prophetic word, stating that your David is right in front of you now. Okay? And the prophetic word given to me while in the secret place is O Yi Ka Shala, which stands for exclamation, to be shocked, and admiration, to receive a surprise. In this manner, someone being sent for someone. Someone that is your King David. Okay? That is who the Most High is. That is the one that's coming for you. It's not just a regular person. It's your ordained spouse is a king. Your ordained spouse is a very brave king. So if you recall in the scriptures, he is the one that slays Goliath. He is the one that slays lions, okay? He is the one that is anointed to be king. He was the one that has several brothers, and he was out tending the sheep. He was a shepherd, okay? And Samuel was looking for a new king to anoint, okay? The Most High, Yahuwah, told him that he needs to anoint someone for this privileged role. And during that time, King Saul was the one in position as king. Okay? And so they discounted him. They didn't even put him on the list to be chosen, because he was the youngest brother, and he was possibly, looking not as robust and strong, because he's a little boy, okay, tending to the sheep at that point. And all of his brothers are a lot older, and they look like they're now men, okay? So all of the brothers stood in line, and they were just eager for that position. That's an honorable position, to be king of Israel. And what happened was, Samuel arrives, and he's like, it's none of these men that I see standing here. Do you have another son? Okay? Because this prophet received prophetic word regarding who is going to be anointed king, and he knows he's going by it with a feeling. He's going by recognizing who the person is by an unction, because the Most High is speaking to him in that moment. That's how he knows who it's going to be. And so when he stood in front of all of those brothers, I don't know, it could have been like 8 of them. The Most High say, nope, not him. It's not him either. Nope, 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 nope. And they're like, well, we do have one more brother, okay? But he's tending to the sheep out in the field. So he says, you need to go get him. I'll wait. And as soon as David entered the room, okay, he knew he was the one to be anointed as king. Something along the lines occurred. Okay, something along the lines occurred in real life. But it had to be where, in this predicament that I'm going to share right now, a real life story, okay? All right, so the Most High, before entering this location, the Most High says, Sapa, which means to be a watchman, to be on the lookout, okay? And so in that moment, understanding that he wants the person to pay attention as they enter that building or that area, okay? He's going to show you something. All right, so someone that you have been interacting with, and the Most High is trying to help you understand that there's a divine connection occurring, that he has placed you in someone's garden, and someone's about to notice you more than they've ever noticed you before. Okay? So in this predicament, in this story, there was a couple of people that were working on some exercises, okay? And so one was laying on the floor, showing the exercise first of what to do. Then the other person was then going to lay on the floor putting their feet against the wall, okay, and doing an exercise. So it was more of like a hip flexor exercise. And it was a little bit cramped in that area. Okay, there was a door to the left. That door was a smidge open. And then there was this other table that was in close proximity. So they were in a close little nook. So at that point, it just seemed like a regular day. Okay, they were just working on some exercises, and it would seem like casual, nonchalant, and nothing out of the ordinary. And that's what I'm trying to tell you. That's why the Most High is saying, pay attention, be on the lookout, because when you first encounter the moment in the day that's going to happen to you, okay, the pivotal moment when that person recognizes that you are someone very special, okay, and that person is someone very special that he wants you to notice. All right. It's going to be where your spirits need to connect. Okay, so listen to the story, because this is how it connects. Okay, so upon completing the exercise motion, now it's time to get up from the floor. Now it's so cramped in that area that it's going to be very difficult for that person to come up. Now the other person, that man, is being a gentleman and offers a hand. Okay, but when he offered his hand to pull her up, I don't know, but it was like a lot of strength. Okay, so it's like he like yanked her right up, you know, holding her by her hand. It did not hurt. It was just really fast. This velocity that pulled her right up off the floor. First of all, she was shocked that he was very strong. Okay? Not that he couldn't be strong. It's just, it felt so much velocity with that pull. It almost felt supernatural. It just felt like she flew. Okay? That's what it felt like. Like she was flew and her feet were off the ground and she was in this quick, speedy velocity that it thrusted her upwards in motion, and she pretty much went into his personal bubble space. Okay? Since there wasn't much space to move about in that little nook, she sort of, when he pulled her up, it was in his personal bubble space. So she kind of ran into his chest. But they both took steps backwards. Or, I mean, she took steps forward and he took steps backwards to the point where they pretty much landed into the threshold of the door that was right next to them. And when that occurred, both of them said, "Whoa." Okay? So naturally, when that occurs, anybody's going to say that, right? Because you're running into each other. But also, she says, "We almost went through the door." But pretty much they did. So they crossed the threshing floor. I mean, excuse me, not the threshing floor, the threshold, which is the door frame. Okay? But in a supernatural realm, when you cross over a threshold, a door frame, it's like crossing over into another dimension. Okay? And the reason why she realized that she said whoa is because she felt this supernatural connection. She felt invigorated with, like, it felt kind of powerful, but it felt, when she got really close to his personal bubble, like in amongst his chest, under his chin, she felt this attraction that was surrounding her. And that's why she said whoa. Even though she said whoa, because it was so fast. And I think he pulled her up, and maybe he didn't realize his grand strength, but in that moment it surprised him as well, his strength, his own strength. But I think I'm pretty sure he felt it as well. That's why he said whoa, because it was so intense. So when that happened, they both backed away, you know, and they were both like kind of stunned, and being like, okay, kind of noticing that they felt something and their heart was pounding, but then shook it off. Okay? Something powerful happened in that moment, because the Most High created that moment so that way you could be in close proximity to that person and understand that there's a serious physical attraction and spiritual attraction where your souls connected. And it needed to be where you bump into each other. It needed to be where you collide together so that you could feel it and be immersed in it, surrounded by that understanding that there's passion within each other's proximity. Okay, because the Most High, when He's connecting these unions, He's not just connecting you guys because of your skills and because of the ministry that you have together. He's connecting you guys because obviously he's going to have you guys be attracted to each other. Okay, yes, it's ordained and it's a setup relationship, but it's not going to be where they're going to feel like a stranger. Okay, he wants you guys to be married together, but he's going to show you too that you are actually really attracted to each other, and it's going to feel like a magical moment, many magical moments over and over again. All right, so then there's a number that I had a dream. Oh, excuse me, not a dream, but in the sub days I heard a number, or I saw a number in my mind. The number that I saw was 3504. And when I researched with the strong number, Hebrew strong number of 3504, it brought up the name Yethron. And Yethron means advantage, profit, gain. It also means better and excellency and profit. It also means advantage, profit, and excels. It also means preeminence and gain. Better, excellent, and profitable. So it provides it's the Hebrew word yathar, and it provides a scripture, Ecclesiastes 1:3, what profit hath a man of all his labor which he taketh under the sun? Okay, so it says, what profit, what real and abiding benefit? None at all. All is unprofitable as to the attainment of that happiness which all men are acquiring after. Of all his labor, Hebrew, his toilsome labor, both of body and mind, and in the pursuit of riches or pleasures of other earthly things under the sun, in all worldly matters which are usually transacted in day and time, or by the light of the sun. By this restriction he implies that the happiness which he in vain is sought for in this lower world is really to be found in heavenly places and things. Okay, so during this time, your David could be feeling overworked, could be plugging in lots of hours of labor and getting drained. Okay, could be feeling that it is not worth gaining a bunch of riches on earth, and it's toilsome. It feels too, it's sucking energy out of his body and draining. Okay, so he's realizing that something's got to change in order to have a better quality of life. Okay, and King David, if you recall, he spent a lot of his time in worship and praise. Okay, he spent a lot of time creating beautiful music that is, I mean, when you create music, it doesn't really feel like work, right? When you're playing instruments and you're enjoying worshiping the Most High, you don't really feel like you're working. You're just enjoying that moment in peace and harmony. Okay, and you are immersed in being immersed in the Spirit, like feeling in the glory. So he's becoming to understand that there's more to life than working and gaining income. And soon he's going to switch his schedule about, or even location, to create that lifestyle that he wants, where it feels more, you still gain income, but it's, you change your mindset to be entering your rest. You change your mindset that your idol is not going to be creating income and focusing on income being your only security. Your King David is realizing that still gaining income but working less is key. Okay? And focusing on the energy on other areas that will bring income, that will not feel like physically working your body to get that income. Let's say starting a business, it starts reeling in income, and let's say it's an online e-commerce business, so it's working itself, and all you do is start the website. Do you see what I mean? And it has a drop ship, automatic drop ship, so it's creating income without that person going and plugging in extra hours of works elsewhere. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. So this is key in this hour. And pray for your ordained spouse. Pray for your King David, for that wisdom and that knowledge, and for that peace and rest to enter him, because he has been quite drained during that time. Okay? And sometimes all he needs to know is that you are there to support him. And the way you support him is by praying for him and encouraging him. Once you start, he starts sharing what's on his load, and his desires, his dreams, you could pray for those things so that they can come into manifestation on this earth as it is in heaven. Because King David, he has many gifts, and you're supposed to support him, and for him to be awakened to those gifts, those divine gifts. He has a lot of skills, he has a lot of talent, and he may have quite a bit of degrees. So he's capable, and he knows he is, but he needs this woman that the Most High sent him, which is you, to help him believe in himself and that he can attain it. All right? Now on 2/2/2026, the Most High says, Shalati, which means I have sent. And he says, see. You know what see means? He literally saying perceive, or literally see with your eyes. He wants you to pay attention to someone he's showing you right in front of your face while you're interacting with him. He's planting the person right in front of your face. Okay? And then the Most High says, Amati Yala. Okay? So Amati stands for my genuine, my original, my truth. It also means my true friend. What a sweetheart thing to say. And Yala means let's go, hurry up, come on. So the Most High is encouraging you. He's saying this is exciting. It means to motivate, to encourage. It means to express impatience, to initiate action. So he's encouraging you guys to unite, okay, to connect, he's encouraging you to express your interest in this person. All right. And then what was very interesting is that this person man that the Most High is sending you, this ordained spouse, is very much a gentleman. He is very much in the acts of service. Okay? So that might be one of your love languages, is for someone to be very sweet and a honey bunny, to want to be kind to you and do little kind gestures, you know. Let's say you're reaching out for your jacket, but that individual grabs the jacket before you can grab it off of that little hook and hands it to you or helps you put it on. Let's say you're reaching out for your glasses, but they reach it first and hand them to you. Let's say you had your shoes off for, you know, getting comfortable, or you just needed to do certain something, so you removed your shoes. Now you're about to put your shoes on, but that person races over and not just hands the shoes to you, but slips them on your feet. These sweet gestures. Okay? And does it with a smile. Like it's not burdensome at all. They're quite much enjoying serving you in any kind of way. Okay? So these little attributes means that that person is very protective and attentive. Bringing something that you need is his way of showing a protective instinct, that he is focused on you, often as a way to nurture or take care of you. It also signifies someone of interest and intimacy. Such a thoughtful and small gesture can be a sign that he is interested in you and is trying to build closeness or rapport. It also means he values your connection. It signals that he is engaged in the moment with you and wants to make sure you can see him or the situation clearly. Simple kindness. It may simply be a considerate, helpful act, particularly if you are close friends or in a long-term relationship. If it's done with a smile and a gentle eye contact, it's likely a sign of attraction or deep affection. Okay? So this person is attracted to you. And he's showing you these little sweet, kind gestures to show you that he's interested in you. This is the way men show their interest. Sometimes they don't blatantly say, I like you. They do these little body language characteristics, signs to show you that they're so into you, okay? Other mannerisms in which your ordained spouse will do to show his interest is, let's say you're sitting down or on the floor, he'll help you up and or shake your hand, and gives great interpersonal communication skills with eye contact and with smiling and with responding to your questions in a kind manner. When a man helps you up to sit down, it generally means a sign of care, attentiveness, and a desire to make you feel comfortable, often indicating he is falling in love or feels a strong protective connection towards you. When a man helps you up or to sit down, that's what it means. You're like, oh my gosh, what? Yes, that's what it means. That's why it's on this channel. I'm going to be explaining body language and communication, because you're going to need to know these tips, because you're going to need to understand, read his body language in between the lines, because you're going to be encountering your ordained spouse. Okay? This small, courteous, and often subconscious gesture suggests he values you and wants to provide for you off your comfort without you having to ask. Hallelujah! Knee slapper. Without needing to ask. That has been something that has been troublesome in your past, where you've had to dissect the entire thing in order to get someone to bring something to you, or you had to beg, or you had to scold, or you had to mother, or you had to explain it over and over again, ask over and over again, just for them to get common sense to do it. And they would either procrastinate, they would dismiss, they would avoid, and they would avoid it for sometimes a whole year. Okay? The Most High is so done with any of that garbage treatment. And He's sending you someone that does it so naturally for you. When a man helps you put your shoe on, it generally is a sign of care, affection, and a desire to make your life easier. Hallelujah. The gesture often aligns with the act of service. We talked about this, didn't we? When he expresses his feelings through helpful actions rather than just words. Acts of service is a sign that he is thoughtful and attentive to your comfort. It shows he is willing to put in the effort to support you, which is a key sign of affection. So the princess treatment, or chivalry is what many call it, is sweet, protective, or slightly old-fashioned gesture intended to make you feel special and cared for. Who doesn't love old-fashioned? I do. And I know many of you do and need that. So this is wonderful that this is occurring in this hour. Now, one could also call it puppy love or affectionate gesture. So this is going to be occurring especially in the newer phases of your relationship. It's building connection in the helping with the small daily or even intimate tasks. Can be a way to strengthen your bond and show that he is dependable. That's what he's trying to portray in this. He's trying to not just portray, but to show that this is his personality. So he is expressing genuine kindness, and it could be sometimes you could think, well, maybe he's just being kind because that's the type of person he is. But you guys are meant to be together. Okay, so he's not doing it just because he's trying to be nice. And a lot of you that are shy, and a lot of you that are, so concerned that you're maybe reading too much in between the lines, I am here to show you and tell you that you are not reading too much into it. You are reading into it because he's trying to show you. A shy guy is coming for you. So these gestures are exactly what you're going to be noticing, and it's more than just being nice. It's because he really likes you. He's attracted to you, and he's trying to create a bond, and he's trying to show you that this is the way he's going to be with you all the time. And little by little, you're going to start believing it. Okay? And what I want you to do is not self-sabotage and think it's just because he's trying to be nice. I don't want you to self-sabotage and think, as you are healing, you're going to be able to receive this kindness, this gesture. Those who have not been able to feel those nice gestures towards them in the past, it's almost like pulling teeth to get them individual, the counterfeit to. In other words, not all men are the same. Okay? Not all men pretend to be this way at the beginning, and then all of a sudden they stop, and then you get this scrub, okay, who is someone totally different than what you encountered in the beginning. This person that the Most High is sending you is genuinely this personality of very sweet natured, very loving, and has his love language is acts of service. Okay? And it's important that he has that, because your love language is to receive acts of service. And so now you're going to be speaking the same love language with one another. And that's why it's going to work. That's why this relationship is meant to be. It's perfect. It's made in heaven, and now it's going to be on earth. Shalom.